Guys, it's Coach Keisha speaking, giving you love, hugs, and realness. And if you like anything that we're discussing today, please hit the subscribe button below. I'd greatly appreciate it. So, how do we handle difficult conversations in the workplace? Well, I came from an era where no one discussed politics, religion, sports, any type of world news. We were discouraged against having these type of conversations because they would create sometimes animosity, angst. Sometimes it could be heated for the workplace, but in 2021 things are different. These conversations do happen at work. They happen more than we think they do, and while they're discouraged, they still happen. So yesterday we had the verdict for Derrick Chauvin, who was prosecuted for the death of George Floyd, which made national news. And a lot of people had an opinion, multiple opinions about what happened in the George Floyd case and also the verdict. The sentencing hasn't happened yet. And so when you're in the workplace, there are going to be different opinions regarding what happened, the facts of what happened, and how the verdict came about. Um, Personally, I would just refrain from those conversations, but these conversations do happen, and you have to respect everyone's opinion, everyone's thought process. People come and they bring their backgrounds and their own thought process into why they think the things that they do. The one thing that we can agree on, because it's on video, is that Derek Chauvin's knee was on George Floyd's neck for almost 9 minutes. And he did stop breathing and he did pass. We can all agree on that because we were all able to see it. The trial had everything to do with what type of force was going on with it, and that's something separate. But when you're in the workplace, it's best to let everyone have their opinion. If you want to state your opinion and your thought process over it, fine. But you have to be in a place where you learn to agree to disagree. And that's the hardest thing, especially when we're passionate about where we stand on the issue, whether it's left or right or forward, because we're all going to have our own thoughts regarding this. And there are no right or wrong to any of our thoughts. But respect in the workplace should be paramount. I've seen a lot of people in the past, get upset and lose workplace relationships or even lose their jobs regarding how passionate they are regarding certain issues. So when you're in the workplace, even if the company you work for does not have specific rules about what is appropriate or what isn't appropriate regarding conversations, you have to make certain rules for yourself, certain things that you're not going to discuss because it's just beyond you, or you have to be able to get yourself to a specific point where I'm not going to discuss this past this, because I know how I feel about it. I know that I'm passionate about it. I know that everyone doesn't feel, the way that I feel about it. I've been asked to give my opinion regarding this because a lot of people, they get so worked up and, they get so worked up in the workplace and they don't want to speak to this person anymore. It's not worth, losing relationships regarding people you work with, go to school with, encounter with on the street. Certain things aren't meant to be discussed if you know that it can, end a relationship. There are some times where, relationships have to end if the person is, going against people's civil liberties, their rights. They're a known racist, and they see it from a racist standpoint. This is a human issue, a human rights issue. It's not a racial issue. But if you find that it's crossed the line to something else that goes against your core values, then yes, the relationship may have to end. But if it's something that can be compromised just over a difference of opinion, then sometimes the conversation needs not to happen. If you have any questions, concerns, or you'd like to, have, further review or to discuss how to have these difficult conversations in the workplace, in the school environment, or beyond, you are welcome to reach out to me. My website is www.coachkeishaspeaks.com. You can DM me on Instagram, Coach Keisha Speaks, or call me.